Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Natalie, spelled Natalee. I'm here to do your weekly reading covering January 6th to the 13th, 2020. Although you know all my readings are timeless. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to go through the downloads and then the astrology as I shuffle the cards, and then we'll get into the tarot reading. So first of all, I heard this voice saying very clearly, I want to be with God. Okay, I want to be with God. Now, take God as however you want to take that. That could be source, universe, cosmos, peace, inner peace, okay? But it's this longing and a genuine, authentic desire to be divine, to be with the divine, okay? Now, on the outside, what they're showing me is that you want to let go. You want to let go, Pisces. And I know that sounds weird to say to a Pisces, because it's like, oh, Pisces, of course they can let go, no boundaries, this and that. This is different. I'm connecting with a Pisces, sun, moon, rising, Venus, who is still being triggered into a response, who's still being triggered into a reaction, even if that reaction is antagonistic or passive aggressive or just sort of shutting down, whatever it is, that's not the point. The point is that you're being triggered into reacting. That is where your soul is wanting to burst through that one, and it's a very small, I know it sounds small or might seem small on the outside, but it's actually a really big deal. I'm connecting with the Pisces who either needs to or has been looking at it or has been looking at it but not really acknowledging it to themselves. All of the instances where your friends, your family, or groups and associations specifically are triggering you into an emotional response that you really don't want to feel, Pisces. And it's still because there's something you're holding on to, and that's why they're saying let go. Okay. So that's the psychic tunings. And then for the astrology, a lot going on this week. We have, of course, the lunar eclipse in Cancer on the 10th. And then we have Uranus going direct on the 11th. We also have Venus moving into your sign at the end of the week on the 13th, Pisces. So you have a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Cancer would actually be your 5th house, opposing Saturn and Pluto over there in your 11th. So there could have been power struggles that you've been dealing with the past couple of years in your area of life that rules groups, associations, your friendships, the boards that you sit on, the associations that you belong to. Okay, it's your network of people. That's directly opposing this Cancerian lunar eclipse in your 5th house, which is your joy and what your hobbies are, what makes you happy, what brings you happiness and peace. So you could be having to stand up for yourself in your life in a really big way this week, in a sense of saying, I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what your reaction is to what I'm doing. I'm not going to respond to your reaction to, okay? And then with Uranus going direct on the 11th, right in that lunar eclipse, you're ready to break free. That's just it. You're ready to break free, Pisces. That's just no other way to say it. Okay? And then with Venus moving into your sign, right when a planet is about to leave a sign, it could give a little gift, a little bump, a little boost or something, okay? So that's interesting, because there should be something triggering that release, because that will be your 12th house. Aquarius will be your 12th house. Then you have beautiful Venus in your 1st house of your personality. So the gift that you could get before Venus moves on is that letting go, that 12th house, the house of secrets, sorrows, self-undoing. So it could be a little easier for you to let this whole thing go, whatever it is, whether it's with a person or a group or a whole group of people. I get that you might need to just say to your groups, your tribes, this is who I really am, and I want you to be happy for me. But if you're not going to be happy for me, I need to be happy for myself. Okay, so Pisces, this general reading is going to be for anything that comes up. I just cooked the cards, shuffled them all up, and we're going to go ahead and deal a Celtic cross. Love may show up. The extended for this reading will be a love reading, a dedicated love reading, and I will use the Tarot of Sexual Magic, okay, for the love reading. So if there's a love story that comes through in the general, then we will still do a love reading in the extended. It may be a continuation of this love reading, or it may be a totally different love story. We shall see. Okay, so I just cut the deck, and here we go. Wow. You are going through it, Pisces. You really are. Okay, and then we have Queen of Cups at the very bottom of the deck. There's that Cancerian energy. Beneath Queen of Cups, we also have the Fool, El Loco, with the Queen of Coins. Whoa. Why do I get stand off, stand down, stand... and then beneath that, we actually have the World. I get standoff energy with these two queens here. You might have to stand up to someone. I feel like you would be Queen of Cups since you are Pisces. I feel like you would have to be standing up to someone who is very rigid. You know, we have the lunar eclipse in Cancer in your 5th house, Pisces. It is directly opposing Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn in your 11th house. There could be a friend or a group association, a leader of the pack sort of person, or even just the whole group. This could represent the characteristics of the entire group that you're dealing with here, that they could be very rigid and sort of dogmatic. Excuse me, the negative parts of being Capricorn, the negative expressions of Capricorn energy with that Queen of Coins. I've been doing so many readings, I am losing my voice. Okay. So there could be a stand down between you two, and then you just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go off on my own. And being passive aggressive with you in this situation doesn't work anymore for me. Because I feel like there is a little bit of competition between those two energies. So whether you're female or not female does not matter. There's absolute competition, petty jealousy. Okay, let's get into your reading. Okay, so what we have going on in the far past, this would be how you got into the situation, okay? We have the 6 of Staves. Excuse me. We have the 6 of Staves. This is a Leo card. I feel like you experienced a positive development in it could even be your career, but I feel like it has something to do with either a board, an association, a group of friends, you know, something where you, in the traditional, there's a lot of people around him kind of celebrating this victory with them. So it's like in the far past, everyone was getting along, everyone was praising you, singing your praises, and it was working great, it was working well, okay? In the recent past, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the recent past, we even have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is more of that structure, very, very solid structure, long-term happiness, long-term longevity. So coming out of the holidays, you could be still, that's an energy that you're still feeling. The most potent of it has already popped and it's waning in its strength, but you're still feeling it. Okay, so as you move into the week, as you move into the 6th of the week, right, you're still feeling that there is some of that there, that it did last. So this is the far past and the recent past. So some of this is carrying through. And it's not everyone that you will, you know, and it's not even like they're individual people, Pisces. This is more to do with yourself, because when we choose the people that we interact with, it's always an opportunity to take a deeper look into ourselves and to figure out our own motivations, our own reactions to how their energy is playing with our energy. Okay, so I feel like there might be one person where there's, and then this could even be someone that you love, Pisces, that you respect. It could be a mentor with the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Coins. This could be someone that you're sort of afraid to confront, or you're sort of afraid to say, hey, this is my life, this is what I love, this is what brings me peace and happiness and love. They could look at you and say, what are you talking about? You know, they could just have a very intimidating sense of authority about them. I mean, they have Saturn, Pluto, Capricorn. Okay, so it's just a lot of really authoritative type energies. So let's get into the meat of the week. In the meat of the week, right out the gate, we have a Three of Swords energy. So this Three of Swords energy is very, it doesn't necessarily have to be a breakup, but it's heartbreak. It is something that didn't work out the way you wanted it to. It's something that just causes great, deep sadness, okay? So I feel like this could be something that you're reminded of. I don't know if it'll necessarily happen where there's a huge breakup or something, because crossing that energy, we do have the Five of Cups, okay? This is loss. This is regret over that loss. So it's really congruent with these two, and with the Three of Swords, with the Five of Cups. You could be, remembering or meditating on a great loss that you've experienced in your life. And this could be in life in general. It doesn't have to be concerned with this group or these people or your friends or family, but it's there. And you should know right out the gate what that is for you, Pisces, if this is resonating with you, okay? Now, the next energy that you move into in this week, we have the Moon. So, confusion, drugs, alcohol, be careful. Be very, very careful, Pisces, because your defenses, your boundaries, all of that could just be down for the count, and it leaves you open and vulnerable. And I know part of you kind of likes that. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. But be careful. I'm just going to say that because I care about you and I want you to be careful, okay? The Moon is it's like all of this subconscious stuff is purging up, bubbling up to the surface and just, coming on out, and you're having a lot to deal with. It's with Saturn and Pluto conjuncting this week. This is also a time when you just can't put it on the shelf any longer. You just can't put it away. You just can't put off dealing with it. And so for you, you will have that confrontation with yourself this week, Pisces. It's not even, like I said before, it's not about other people at all. When you're in conflict, when you're in this, it's never about the other, but it's always about yourself and how you are playing off of this energy exchange back and forth. And you're going to realize through your regret or sadness of whatever happened, you're going to have to face an emotional truth, an emotional subconscious truth about yourself. And I want you to be, and thank you, they're telling me this is why you want to be with God. This is why you want to be with Source, Creator, the universe, the cosmos, inner peace, loving harmony. This is why you're the divine. Thank you. They're correcting me. I was hitting it, and then I got left out. Divine. Some of you are that word specifically. That's why you will be reaching out in an authentic way to connect with the divine. So these feelings have to come up, Pisces, in order for you to get there, in order for you to get to that place where you are. It's almost like a come to Jesus moment. I like that expression. It doesn't necessarily need to be Jesus, okay? We are very respectful on the Watch Natalie channel of everyone's systems of beliefs that you guys subscribe to, okay? Everyone here is trying to grow and be better and evolve spiritually and do the best that we can with what we have. So be very kind to yourself and be very kind to others, because it's not easy for anybody to be here, okay? It's just not. It's being human. Oh my God. So this turmoil that you're going to go through this week, it's very necessary. Lean into it. Reach out for help or guidance if you need it or if you want to, Pisces. But it's all to serve the purpose of aligning you with the divine. Oh, and beneath these three cards with the two queens and the Fool, we have the World. You want that. Your soul wants it. It feels like the personality, whoever you are, incarnated in your experiences, your upbringing, that personality is fearful of this, is fearful of going through it because it's scary and it's painful and it's confusing and you don't know where it's going. I totally acknowledge that with you. So if I can just give you any good photons and strength and love and kindness that you can do this, that you can go through this and come out the other side, It's like the fool who jumps, doesn't know what's going to happen, but you have to trust that your divinity, what that piece is that you're really seeking, will be there to catch you, Pisces. I know it's annoying, one of you, that I still have this sticker on the bottom of my cup. I'm sorry. But that's one of the things you have to let go of, is just getting, triggered by something like that. That's the thing here, is that you're going to be removing these triggers that people, it's like taking all of the buttons that people can push to get you upset, to get you to react, and just taking it away so that there's just a clear, smooth surface that no one can push any of your buttons, because there are no buttons, okay? Where you are in the situation right now, the role that you're currently playing, you are in 8 of Pentacle energy. 8 of Pentacles. You're working hard, Pisces. You really are. You're trying to master something. And you could even be working hard to please this Queen of Coins, to uphold a former victory. It could be a little bit of a facade. With the 10 of Pentacles, you're trying to maintain that 10 of Pentacles, but from 10 of Pentacles, you go right into the 3 of Swords. You go right into heartbreak. So whatever, and it could even be a material thing, that you're making some really great money at a business, an association, a club, a company, but it is not feeding your soul. And you don't like what you have to do or who you have to be to find success with these people. That's what it feels like here. It feels like you want to be who you really are, and you want to be with the divine, and you want to feel good and trusting about where your life is going and how you're doing in your life. But the people around you, or whatever it is that you're doing now that you are successful at, you're outgrowing it, is what they're telling me. They're telling me you're outgrowing little things, like little things that didn't bother you before. Like maybe they're showing me like a click. They're showing me a lot of clicks. So clicks could be a part of this for you, Pisces, where maybe someone insults someone in a really, underhanded kind of way. And maybe before you laughed, and then over time, maybe before you kind of just went, whatever. And then now it's kind of like bothering you, where you just don't like it. You don't want to see it. You don't want to be in that group of it. You don't want to be around it. It's starting to really bother you. And it's like I'm saying, it's like these little things, okay? So it's showing up as a stressor, because you are finding success being that way, but it's not spiritual success, which is what Pisces is here to do. You're here to just, very related to Capricorn. It's like, conquering materialism and evolving into something more than human. Okay. How do other people see you? These people that you're dealing with right now, Pisces, they see you in the Hanged Man position. The Hanged Man is someone who is suspended in doubt, indecision. They see you as someone without a real identity. You're not, you could be in a transition period, but you don't know where you're going. You could be in they just see you as sort of either confused or thinking a lot about stuff. So it does show, like whatever you're going through internally, it is showing on the outside, but it's showing as indecision. It's showing as stagnation. Like, oh, Pisces over there is doing great at work, or great in the company, great in the milieu, okay, but they're not really showing that they want to do, that they have like a very strong direction of where they want to go next in our structure. Okay, so they don't see you backing out, but they see that you're sort of floating in the structure and not taking an active, okay. Your hope or fear, very interesting, Pisces. It's the King of Swords and your hope or fear. So it'll be either or for both of you, for all of you. For some of you, it's going to you're hoping that your mind will bring you out of this craziness, that you're going to be able to be logical and see the truth and figure this out and be strategic. And part of you, it could even be in the same person, okay? You guys could feel both at once here. And the fear of that is that, oh my God, I'm going to be totally disconnecting from my feelings forever. Like if I keep going like this, I'll push it down, push it down, push it down, and then I'll never get it back. Like I'll never get who I really am back the longer I put on this facade. I'll just become that mask. I'll become like everybody else. I'll become that facade. And then I'll be King of Swords with no feeling and no spirituality and no deeper essence to my soul. Okay? But what do you get? In the outcome, we have the Strength, another Leonine card. So pride is a huge deal here, Pisces. Surrendering the pride and really persevering. She looks into that lion's eyes, and it's through this eye contact that lion just settles down. Just settles down, calms down, has a chill pill. And it's through that trust and that connection and that bond. Okay? It's about overcoming that animalistic tendency. It's about exactly what I started this reading with. It's about overcoming these impulses, these being triggered into reactions. It's overcoming that in order to just let your real self be. Not at the dictation of someone else. Because if someone else pushes a button, now they're controlling you like a puppet. Doesn't feel good. You don't really want that. You don't want someone to use reverse psychology on you to work like that. That's not fair. This is you. It's going to be hard. It'll be difficult, but this is you trying to take that power back. Okay? You want to come full circle here. You really do. And in the future environment, what that leads to, the longer you like hold on to your strength and really go for it, Pisces, you get the Ace of Swords. So you get your victory. It will work. This will work. Being yourself, letting go of the associations. And I know it's like a little wobbly. It'll work. Honoring who you really are, doing the right thing, living in truth and justice and love will work. It'll be painful and confusing, and you already have regrets of the past when you let yourself down. Let it go. Don't harp on it. Only use it to help facilitate more growth for yourself. Okay, Pisces? So I'm going to put these little dudes away, and we'll get one little moonology for you. Okay. What is the message that Pisces needs to hear for this week? 6th to the 13th. All this crazy planetary. I'm taking this when it came right over here. The answers you need are coming. Full moon and Gemini energy. See, I know you don't know where this is leading, and this is part of you trusting in the divinity, in the divine, in your higher power, in yourself, in your own higher self. However your spirituality works out for you, the answers you need are coming, but you've got to okay, I just picked up the blob that shot out further. Nothing will come of this situation. If you stay with this group or these people, it's not going to work. It's only going to implode at some point, okay, guys? So I love you forever. If you'd like to dig in deeper into this particular type of energy, when you book your reading at theartigan.com/shop, make sure to reference this reading so I know the energy that you're asking about. And then, of course, you'll fill out all the other stuff in the forms. Okay, and for those of you who are logging on to the extended romance reading, I will see you there very shortly. Take care, Pisces, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Some of you are breaking up this week. I'm not like you. I'm not like that. You could be receiving an ultimatum this week, and you're like, swords again, Pisces, again. You're totally like evil, okay? And they're totally gonna hurt you or trying to hurt you.